Hello everyone, and welcome back to ExQueeriencePoints Starfinder, your favorite queer Starfinder podcast. If you love our show, we hope you'll rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you consume your podcasts. Every review brightens our day and helps new listeners to find us. We don't pay to advertise any of the podcasts on the Experience Points network, so we hope you'll recommend us to your friends and just about anyone. If you'd like to support us, we hope you'll consider joining our Patreon. We would be lost without our patrons. You keep our mics on and our dice rolling. We've got some great rewards, so check them out at patreon.com/experiencepoints.
Welcome everybody to our
Hello.
Saturday stream for Starfinder.
Hello.
My name is Kenny, my pronouns are he, they, and I am your GM storyteller person. And with me is this amazing, fabulous cast. Hello! Kelric, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Kelric. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Thrani Ecos, a Patra witch warper, and their pronouns are also he, him, and they have their trusty tiny animal companion Squawks named Shimsy, whose pronouns are she, her.
And Steph?
Hello, I'm Steph. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Navu Paleglade, our... Oh my goodness, now it's moved. It's no longer PB, it's me. I will be playing our Goran Solarian Navu Paleglade, whose pronouns are she, they.
And Mackenzie?
Hi, I am Mackenzie. I will be playing Dr. Joe Pepper, our human celebrity doctor extraordinaire. On paper, she is a icon envoy, but yeah, that's me.
And PB?
Hi, today I'm playing Yi, an Asoki operative spacefarer, who both mine and her pronouns are she, her.
Thank you for sticking around so we can kick off this next portion of the adventure. So let me change it to more appropriate music rather than this pew-pew fighty music. There's so much tension right now. So much tension.
Was there fighting? Did I miss it?
I mean, y'all are doing something, awesome and sort of akin to fighting. I mean, y'all were doing some tactical things and investigating and blowing panels open and twisting wires and going into the Matrix. It was great. Okay. Perfect. So now that the mood is set, let us jump back into it. So you have arrived to Bulwark Plaza. You have entered the building where Nib's or where Teresa's apartment is, and Teresa looks exhausted, but kind of ushers everyone into the apartment, and she looks at Nib and says, "Well, I'm happy you made it out of there." And Nib kind of snaps back, "I'm surprised you stopped working to come."
Like, these personal things sound like you should deal with. Luckily, the doctor is here, and she is amazing. I highly recommend her. And I put my hand on the small of your back, casting Charming Veneer, and gently shove you forward. And as I do so, I reach over to Navu and grab the captain thing and just stick it on your chest and step back. It's like, not for us. And you just go find a place to not be present for this conversation.
And Teresa turns and looks at Dr. Joe and is like, "Oh, and this was a lovely surprise."
I always am, so.
"Well, you are charming. I have to give you that." And Teresa looks like she genuinely paid you a compliment.
I genuinely take it, even if it wasn't genuine.
Nib looks to the two of you and kind of sighs and says, "Well, at least I know you both care." And she walks into Teresa's apartment. She sits down at the dining table and looks to the party and says, "You all need to come and work for the Deep Cultures Institute. We have all of this evidence that points to all of these things that are happening right now. The psychic emanations from the sun, the blast that happened. Didn't you feel it?"
I'm looking around the room, like she's like who she's talking to, because I'm just like, what did I do to give you the impression that this is something that I'm qualified for?
Navu, in this instance, is stepping forward. We were on Far Portal Station when the Far Portal shifted into the sun. So yes, we're aware.
Her eyes kind of twinkle at that notice and grow a little bit larger, and she's like, "Oh, that's right. That happened before the psychic blast. Tell me what happened. I want to know every detail." And her whiskers twitch.
And, well, there was a fire whale that came from the plane of fire that was controlled by... I wasn't able to examine the collar, but it was similar to the one that I showed you. It was chasing the breath of embers.
That's another connection. Fascinating.
And that ship came from the plane of fire.
They're in recorded history that at least we're aware of. We have
not been taken over by beings wearing these collars.
Nib just looks so excited. She's like, in recorded history, nothing has ever emanated from the plane of fire that we can tell. This portal was amazing. It's such a travesty that it sunk into the sun.
Yes, very much so. It was rather horrifying to watch. What a scientist
precipitated this?
We're not sure. We had just returned the Breath of Embers to the station after dealing with some, our best guess are pirates? We're not sure. The man I mentioned, Tash, had left a message on the ship that was badly garbled that mentioned and we were able to find that he was from Asana Town. So someone had managed to go through the portal and come back, which, according to the scientists on the station, was impossible. They'd had no record of any ship returning before the Breath of Embers returned. I didn't get the chance to check if they had record of him leaving through the portal on a ship.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. So many different little details that all point to the proof that we have here. Oh, if only real scientists, and she turns and kind of directs that point towards Therese, could actually see all of this connectivity, this proof.
Now, there's no need to be crass. There is value in science as well as the esoteric. I understand that you and Therese have your histories, that you ended in a bad place. However, being snide about it at this juncture will not help us move forward. And dear God, I hope that all came through.
It did. Roll a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Joseph.
Is there a what for this?
Did Thorny cast Charming Veneer on Nabu? No?
I didn't say I did, but I did say in a previous episode that anytime I cast it on people, I do the whole team. So it's really up to Kenny whether that happens or not. But I'm laying down. I found a place to lay down because I was like, this is not my...
No, I know. I wasn't sure if Thorny had done that when they...
Yeah, it's up to Kenny whether that works. I wasn't sure if Thorny
had done that when they gave the captain post it. Okay. Kenny?
Yeah, let's go ahead and say that that's in effect. I imagine that Thrani knew that there'd be some conversations going on, and that some charming veneer would be helpful.
It's a 17.
Nib looks to you, and her face kind of softens a bit and says, "You're right. You all are my saviors. You are akin to Iamide. Oh, thank you so much. And this is exactly why your skills would be perfect for the Deep Cultures Institute. You must promise me, at least consider working for us."
What kind of rates do we see? I mean, we're gonna have a little bit of downtime after this. We have a ship that's being worked on. So I'm not terribly opposed. I just, well, what kind of money would we be making there?
Teres kind of cuts in and says, "Your head's in the cloud again. What are they going to be able to do with the city on lockdown?" And Nib kind of says, "Fine, you're right. Maybe we need to fix this problem first."
Maybe?
There's no harm in looking to the ahead, but yes, we do need to release those who actually run Asana Town from these extremists.
Is that why you asked me here? I was just visiting.
I knew you were in town, and I didn't know if Teres would be helpful, and you were always skilled. And she looks a little bit, slightly bemused, but also a little bit embarrassed.
I just sort of like give her kind of a look, and I say, I am, I am, but you also know I sort of am a lone wolf, if you will. I don't really attach myself. We've talked about this before. What do you think makes this different now?
I wasn't proposing.
That's you know what I mean. I work alone. I have a brand, okay?
She looks like she wants to laugh. She doesn't. Her whiskers kind of tilt upwards, and her eyes strain forward just a bit. "There's some information that might be helpful. It seems that your skills were good at getting this group into Checkpoint Labu. Maybe you would mind helping them?"
I can probably do that. I mean, what's the goal? Are we gonna go to the next place, use that cop car to bust on through and get everybody else out? Is that the plan, or?
Well, it's in another area. You'd have to take another line crawler. We'd have to check that that's running. But assuming that the line crawler is running to Clearlight, what I was going to tell you is that I overheard them talking about them holding the council people at a place called Horizon House.
All right. And Navu intentionally sounds a little out of it. They're already like searching things on their rig to see if there's anything that they can find out about this sphere, if it's still operational, if the line crawlers are still up. Like, is there still a schedule out there for when the next one departs?
Yeah, so going on to the InfoSphere, you are able to determine that even though the line crawlers outside of Asana Town Inn are blocked off and no longer running, and traffic is no longer allowed out of Asana Town, Clearlight is designated as a part of Asana Town, and so the line crawler is running between the two bubbles there. And looking up information on Horizon House, you found that it is the government center of Asana Town, that the elected officials meet there town hall style to decide matters.
All right. It appears that we would be able to get there, no problem. The line crawlers are still running. And Horizon House seems to be a sort of town hall. I don't know, perhaps we can post something on the InfoSphere to rally people to our cause. I mean, Major Tom did a fairly decent job of riling people up into a mob. Why not use it to our advantage as cover? I hate to put people in danger, but it would distract them.
I mean, we don't we don't need a mass of people to cause a distraction.
True. If the majority of the organization is there, I'm not sure what the 6 of us could do.
Pew, pew, pew. What I think.
You say that for where you're laying down.
Yeah.
Just imagining.
Yep.
He's listening through comms. We have open comms going. So we just
Pretty
hear,
much.
Pew, pew, pew.
Like, that's what we bring to the table. Pew.
Nib says, please, you all are so much more organized than any of the soldiers that I saw. I imagine y'all would be able to pretty effectively get in there and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, we don't need to put... I mean, you saw what happened last time we put a bunch of strangers in a mob formation.
We rather walked into that. But yes, I see your point.
So, like, are we ready to go? I'll get up. It's fine. Just a nap.
I mean, the sooner the better, before they have a chance to get organized and find out what's happening.
Okay.
Agreed.
And come join, and
we can use the... Okay. We could use the police car to get us to the line crawler.
like, let's go. Doc, you coming with us? And I just give you, like, total kitty eyes where it's just like, surely you're coming.
Is Shimsy on your shoulder doing the same thing?
Of course. Well, they're more on my hip, but yes.
I mean, it doesn't seem like I can say no. You know, I got free time. I'm around. You know.
And Nib kind of turns and says, "You're certainly not leaving until this is done, anyway."
I mean, that's true.
Cool. So
Bad for business.
this is about as good a plan as we normally have. Let's go.
Nib?
Directions?
Therese looks over at Nib and Dr. Joe and says, "That drive was a lot to handle. I think I'm going to stay here, but I do want updates if you mind calling and just commenting and letting us know what's been going on." And Nib kind of looks at the party too and says, "Yeah, I feel there's some things that we need to work out."
Well, you, Therese, you have the readings that I gathered from the Breath of Embers and the whale, as well as when the portal went into the sun. So perhaps the two of you can combine your intel and see if we can come to an understanding of what the hell's going on.
They both
These
look...
extremists are a little bit of a distraction, as it were.
They both look exhausted at the suggestion of having to work together. But
I will roll diplomacy if I have to.
Go ahead. I want to see how that comes across.
If we're about to start a revolution, you guys can work together.
Right.
Like, we're doing the heavy lifting here. Come on.
That's a 24 on the table with that. Thanks to that charming veneer.
Yeah, so Nib and Therese both almost sigh in unison. And Therese nods, and Nib says, "Do it for the deep cultures."
Nabu would actually rest a hand on Therese's shoulder and just say, "In the name of science." We're all scientists here. We all want to know what's going on.
We're all scientists. And then I get to rest.
At least the three of us are.
I have a degree, maybe.
Awesome. So yeah, I imagine with that, Therese kind of excuses herself and goes into the back room. I imagine Nib takes her seat at the dining table as you all exit the building. All right.
Yeah, let's hop in that car and let's go free some village elders. Whatever they're called. I don't give a shit.
Council members?
Council
I was
member.
sleeping. What's the difference? Council member, village elder? I mean, come on.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
As Kenny pointedly, I'm just going to flip through my AP. Not taking any of my husband's sass.
Story of our lives.
All right. Okay. So you all are navigating to the line crawler station. You all have entered part 3 of this AP. Congratulations.
Hooray! I'm guessing that does not level us.
It does not. There's some fancy math that has to happen and lots of things need to get put in and what.
Is it because we
wish-
didn't get the Doshko? Would the Doshko have done it?
You know, there's a lot of factors that go into calculating XP, and
That was Dosh automatic leveling. We would have gotten 5 levels if we ever.
Oh.
yeah.
I've read AP before.
And this is why I miss milestone leveling
Yeah.
so much.
I've barely touched level 2. I would be like, I'd be dead if I went to level 3.
All right.
I'm just hoping we're not dead.
That's true.
So where are we going? What are we doing?
All right. So, yes, you make it to Clearlight Station. Roll some perception for me.
Oh, good. Still a 9, sub 10. Perfect.
Oof.
I get an 11.
Nice 20. Yeah.
Awesome. With that 20, looking out the windows of
I got
the...
12.
You got a 12? Okay.
Yeah.
With the 20, Yi notices out the windows of the cruiser, as you're passing by a lot of the barricades and the checkpoints that are constructed, that the people, the Sunrise Collective soldiers and the Bronze Dragon representatives, they are kind of looking tired. They're looking maybe a little distracted, just not all together there.
Looks like fascism is getting them a little bit sleepy out there.
Oh,
If only I had a sleeping draft.
like tired, like a little bit of quote
Like they're-
incense would put them to sleep.
Maybe it's looking like they're on their second 18-hour shift. That's how tired they look.
Ah, that could be cool. I feel like we got this, Doctor. Doctor, you can talk us through anything if people are sleepy. It'll be cool. Let's go.
Apparently, yeah.
So
Charming
yes,
veneer all around.
just as I was about to say, the party has reached the line crawler station into Clearlight. What are y'all going to do with the police cruiser? It's pretty much a foot walk up to the station. So you have some options. You can either park it in full view of the Sunrise Collective soldiers. You can try to stash it and then walk up as whatever you choose to.
Stash.
Like,
Yeah.
Y'all, it's been long enough that they probably have been told that a cruiser was stolen. So maybe we don't drive up. That looks like a good place over there to the right.
Sure, Thrani.
Good enough place for any.
Awesome. And
How do we want to approach? Do we want to pretend to be other people? Do we want to try to sneak? Is that even possible?
I like the confidence routine we did. Like just roll with it.
Roll some culture.
I got a 21.
Ooh.
I got a 8.
Oh yeah, I
You
got a 20.
16, so hey.
You got a 26?
22.
Oh, okay. So.
Very cultured.
As Thrani suggests the confidence routine, Dr. Joe kind of looks around and sees that there are people readily approaching the checkpoint, and the guards there seem to kind of just be giving people a cursory once-over and just kind of moving people along. It seems that, for whatever reason, this checkpoint is easier to pass through.
This checkpoint looks a lot more chill than the others.
I'm sure
weird.
that's really bad news, but I really want to be able to get back to our ship and leave. So let's just roll with it.
Cool.
Is it good?
Let's go.
Cool. I'm going to grab the captain's badge and just put on myself because I'm like, I had an idea. I feel good about me. All right.
It's a Thrani day.
It is. Everything's coming up Thrani. And yeah, I head right to the thing and just saunter on by if possible. Just like, do. Head held high. I've got music going. Sort of.
As you approach, one of the soldiers, there's a small queue. There's like 2 or 3 people. You see another Lishantan person kind of go through into the station. And then you do see like a Kasathan person walk up, and like 1 or 2 questions was asked, and then they were waved on through without even like a search. So as you just try to kind of approach, do you just try to walk through?
I wait my turn in the queue, and then I just, if they don't stop me, I just walk through.
They kind of do. Someone holds their hand up. They're kind of tired, but they see that you're just approaching and walking, and like, what's your business?
Like, pleasure?
Can you be more descriptive?
Well, I can, if you would like.
Yeah. Pleasure is a very generic term. Means a lot of things.
We're going to meet some friends in the other sphere.
Okay,
Roll some bluff checks.
I do not feel like this is something that I am involved.
We all rolled or
Just Thrani and Navu.
All right.
Got a 14, so that's good enough to assist.
Sure. Let's see how this goes. And a roll. It's 19.
Hey.
Was a 21.
And tell me about, like, are you publicly wearing your weapons? Do you have them stowed?
Definitely.
Goodness no, they are stowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ye's perpetual trench coat of holding.
Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as Navu prompts me about a party, my brain unfreezes, and I'm just like, yeah, we're going to like a party at a friend's house, and it's like their birthday, and so I'm super excited about it, and you know, it's gonna be a nice intimate affair.
Okay. One of them looks at the party, and then one of them looks at Yi specifically and says, "Oh, you must be headed to Whisker House. Okay, that makes a lot of sense." And they pass by. They kind of separate and be like, well, come on.
Just follow them through. Sure, Whisker House it is. I didn't know that's where we were going, but now we're going to Whisker House.
Navu will say quietly into the comms. That was a little racist, wasn't it?
I want to do a culture check to see if I've ever heard of Whisker House.
Literally, this
I do
entire
travel
story is about a
blogging.
bunch of racists. Why is this one shocking?
It's not, but it's just one of those, like,
Yeah.
everything in her not to smash your face in.
I got a 24. So tell us about Whisker House. What is this?
So it's an actual union of line crawler operators that owns an apartment living complex there. They are valuable to the city founders and the councilors, and they have basically a commune there, and it is legitimately called Whisker House.
So it's not like just a Yosoki thing.
Majority Yosoki.
Gotcha. But Whisker House is not a nickname it got because they're primarily Yosoki. It was already called that.
Correct.
Okay, off we go.
Awesome. So you get into the line crawler station. A line crawler car comes through, and it's a bit smaller than the one that you took over from Dawn Shore to Asana Town. You're able to go on through, and it takes several minutes to depart from Asana Town over to Clear Light. What are y'all doing on the line crawler?
Perception check first. See if it's a line crawler or a subway to jail.
I'd like to do a sense motive,
Okay.
actually, to that same similar effect.
Not natural 20.
Noted.
It's an 11.
Okay. No, nothing seems nefarious here. Everything kind of seems oddly straightforward.
Then I will rest. Just sit down and chill.
Okay, perfect.
I do not care about that. I want to go.
This is huge. 1 second.
I don't know how long the village elders will live, so let's take care of them. I just like calling.
Village Elders.
That's what I like. That's the title I like.
Don't inject your high fantasy into my sci-fi.
They're gonna try us for witchcraft pretty soon.
Well, I actually am a witch warper, so
We're gonna throw it in the water, see if you sink or swim.
yeah, I like to think they're called village elders in like 20,000 of the realities I can see, and so that's what's just overlaying this. Every mistake I make is going to be based off of these things.
So you approach, you get to the line crawler station on the Clear Light side, and you exit, and you see a large building. It looks very official, like a Capitol building, which it is. It stands in a park at the center of Clear Light, has manicured ground separating it from shops and homes of the rest of the neighborhood. But the structure is a mystery even to the people who are there. Already standing empty and ancient when the Lashunta arrived. So I imagine you looked up this information before you arrived here, and Nib was very quick to point that out as some proof of the deep cultures in the sun. It looks kind of eerie because the grounds in the park are devoid of people.
And this is the Horizon House. We see it as soon as we get off the line crawler?
You see a park in the center of the park. A ways away, you see the building, yes.
Mm. Is there like an obvious way in? Like, would be in like plain view of us just walking up to this place?
Yeah. So there's a main entrance in the center. There's like a portico type entrance.
Well, let's go.
This is a place than the people, though, right? Like, there's like the council members and then the people are at a different place, or are they all in this building?
They From what Nib said, that they're all being held there.
Oh, okay. I thought there were 2 separate areas. Okay. Then yeah, let's go in.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
I mean, if we need a cover, it's not pretend that I'm a doctor, so I could just say I'm here to be a doctor for these people. I don't know. If they're keeping them prisoner and keeping them alive, you can assume they want them healthy so that they don't lose information, pile bodies up. You know, I could just be a doctor. I am a doctor. Sorry, I am a doctor. But,
Absolutely.
but I could just really flex my doctor muscles.
I thought they were gonna say your doctorate.
and my doctorate that I earned.
Perfect. So, so you approach the building in the front and center, where the portico is. You see the sparkling steps that lead up to a column portico shading several doors. The east and west, the glimmering white building sprawls out in 2 symmetric wings. The west one is shaped to accommodate a massive orrery that stands amidst a circle of low benches. You see a person standing there, and as you arrive forward, they say, "This area is closed by the order of the Sunrise Collective. Trespassers will be shot. This is your only warning."
We are
Perception
here.
check. Is he the only one there?
Yeah, roll perception.
As they're rolling perception, Dr. Pepper will say, "We are here on orders from the Sunrise Collective, I'll have you know."
Right.
10, 11, and ye with the 24.
You get a feeling that you get the oddest feeling that something that a presence is hiding above the ceiling of the porticos, or in the ceiling above the entrance.
Well, that's fun. Oh, okay. I see. I see where you're going with this. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll look over to Thrani and I'm like, I'm pretty sure, in like a low voice where the dude away from us isn't really listening to me. I'm pretty sure there's some cool stuff up in the ceiling that will definitely probably murder us.
Oh, like I don't like murder when it happens to me. No. Any idea what it is? Like,
Either it's people that are gonna come down on ropes as a trapdoor opens and just like brrr us, or they went more high tech with it and they have like turrets or something. Maybe a bomb. Honestly, I'm going more with turrets, but
well, I mean, now that we know, is there like a way around it?
is there a way around it?
It doesn't appear so. The building is fairly monolithic, in that there's a large facade on the front area. The portico seems to be the main entrance.
Was there any response to Dr. Pepper's statement?
Yeah, roll a bluff.
Don't forget your +1.
29.
Boom.
Ooh.
All right.
I love and a skill. That's so sexy and fun.
With your 29, let's see here.
Like, we're level 2 of a 29 doesn't make, we got problems.
Well,
Yeah.
I did have that one where I rolled really well, and then Mims got like a 49. I don't even know. Like
That was ridiculous.
With the 29, they say, "Let me check. You wait here." And they open the door and go into the building.
Did
what are
they
they gonna
open?
check? Nothing to check.
Checking, there's nothing to check.
Yep, so they make their way into the building, and they close the door affirmatively behind them, and you hear a lock engage.
Did you figure out what was in the ceiling? Are we in imminent danger?
I'm assuming we're in imminent danger. I
Let-
feel like it's like if we get too close, something's gonna lower from the ceiling and just start wrecking us.
The fact that he said they'll shoot on sight is proof that this is their most fortified location, most likely.
Can I do something as a bit of an experiment? And this has to go with the idea that I have an apple in my pocket for no reason.
All right.
I just say, I pull this out and I say, an apple a day. And I want to lean down and I just want to roll the apple like forward towards the door and see if it triggers anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you roll the apple forward and give me here, your strength is a +0, so just roll d20 for me.
12.
Okay, yeah. You're effectively able to kind of roll the apple forward. I imagine that y'all are near the steps to the main entrance, so I imagine Dr. Joe kind of kneeling down, putting the apple on the ground, and just kind of rolling it towards the front doors. It rolls forward and kind of just rocks to a stopping location about 5 feet from the doorway entrance and rests there.
Well, now it's just gonna look weird.
Well, maybe they'll move on it when they walk back out. Who knows?
Let me help with this. Let's go weird. And I dig in my backpack and I pull out one of the skin suits that we have, because we have like 4 of them.
So there's a equipment called Second Skin. And
That's it.
Thank you. It's not a skin suit.
I
That
was
sounds
like,
weird.
Really?
Okay.
Listen, in reality, 3579, it's a skin suit. So, excuse me. And so I'll pull that out, and then I want to cast Psychokinetic Hand to hold it by the collar and move that closer so that it is basically person-sized, just walking forward all on its own with my Psychokinetic Hand.
Fancy.
All right. So
How often do I get to use Psychokinetic Hand as a spell? Come on.
no, that's very fair. One moment, please.
We have 4. We can handle these credit loss if it gets destroyed. It's fine.
Let's see here. From the corner, a impish looking creature drops from the ceiling and rushes forward to attack the suit. Go ahead and roll some initiative for me.
Are they on ropes? Am I at least half right on that one? Like they just down like MI6, you know?
Culture to figure out what the fuck?
They have wings.
That would have been
Culture
so
to
dope.
figure out what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So is this something I can have advantage on because of
Why?
one of my spells? It allows me to summon. What can I summon? I can summon an elemental, a magical beast, native to another plane, an outsider, also extraplanar constructs.
Okay. So yeah, roll 2d20s and give me the better.
All right.
Actually, no.
I also
I'll give
got
you
an 18.
a flat +5. How about that?
Okay. Sure.
And you got a what?
18.
18? Okay.
And it was a culture check?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, there's a nat 1 for you, but it's still
Ooh.
13.
I will give Steph one question, and for the viewers and for players, this is what it looks like.
Are we fighting an imp?
Is that your question?
No.
Because I'll answer it for you. Because you said it was an imp. So.
Yeah, I know. That's still just. You want me to ask a question? I have a million questions, Kenny. Like, what the hell?
What is it weak to? What kind of? Oh my gosh! What is their resistance to? Anything? Oh God, I don't want to die.
What's the fastest way to kill it?
Oh, let's see here. Given that question, what I'll say is...
If you boot me on the snoot, I swear to God.
You have heard through research that extraplanar devil-type creatures may have some immunities in the realm of fire and poison, and some resistance, either acid or cold.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wasn't expecting that resistance to cold.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I only have cold and
Yeah, that's not fair. Like, this entire module, everything's resistant to fire. Now it's resistant to both?
Yeah, no, I mean, basically, electricity is the only thing not listed, so hope someone's got arc pistols.
Well, and, analog rounds.
Oh, yes, there's that.
Yee. Yee's got this. It's all up to you. And my sword.
Do we have an initiative all set up?
Yeah,
Not
let me
yet.
roll initiative for them.
Nice.
Wonderful. And Dr. Joe, do you want to roll your initiative, or do you want me to roll it for you?
whatever. If it's easier because it puts it on to Fantasy Grounds if you roll it, right?
Yeah.
I assume that'll be easier for the long run.
Wonderful. So, Navu, you get to act first.
Okay. Seeing that thing come down and attack that. Level 1 Graviton, first of all. Navu also would have shared with the party what you've already told us, but I don't want to take away time from combat to reiterate. And is gonna throw a...
I'm sorry?
And I'm going to throw a grenade at it.
Okay.
I don't know why it keeps saying I'm out of ammo. I am not.
That's 9.
Yeah.
That just misses. So, let's see here, where you chucked it at it. So the grenade bounces onto the entryway far enough away from the imp that it isn't caught in the blast.
Boo.
Oh, well.
All right, but it also does not catch any of y'all in the blast. For whatever reason, I'm unable to get you all onto the map.
Okay.
We will do this the best way that we can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so now it is Shimsi's turn.
Shimsi will do nothing. Shimsi will stay safe in my pack and do nothing.
Fantastic. It is then Yi's turn.
I am gonna catch an angle on this thing, and I am gonna use the arc pistol because I got it recently, and I know that everything in this place is resistance to fire, so laser pistol is not my thing in this one, and I do other things like trick attacks here.
Fantastic.
Right? Yes. So that is stealth.
Yep.
Roll that, see
Ooh.
something.
With that 21 trick attack roll, you just... It still knows where you are. You didn't kind of fool it doing your fading away. So the trick attack did not work, but you can still do a regular attack on it.
Alright, is it this one?
Wonderful.
I'm proficient, so...
You are definitely proficient. So that is a 23. And that absolutely beats their EAC.
Hey.
For 5 points of damage. Perfect. All right, it is now Thrani's turn.
Thrani is going to drop the armor, quit using the psychokinetic hand, and they are not taking a move action, so I guess they can shoot twice. Is that correct?
If you want to do a full attack, yeah.
Yeah, so I will do that with my semi-auto.
Okay, so you are proficient.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, so you have a 16 on one and an 8 on another. The 16 hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
3. Take that, sucker.
All right.
The whole time we are doing this, I am looking at this creature intently. Like I am spending a lot of concentration trying to memorize what this little thing looks like.
Okay. That's fine. And it is on its turn. Let's see here. It is going to chuck a grenade towards Yi.
Oh dear.
And I'll do.
This thing has great-
Yes.
I
Oh.
did not see grenades in that picture, or I would have had a very different response.
How far away is the creature?
The creature is. You all are within 30 feet of it. So you're fairly close range. It manages to get the grenade where it wanted to impact on Yi, and that explodes for 1d6 of damage. So roll a Dex save, Yi.
Dex save.
So that would be a reflex save. Sorry. Ooh, okay. So you are hit for 2 points of damage. It flutters its wings and flies closer in towards the doors and is now just about 45 feet away from y'all. And now it is Dr. Joe's turn.
So it's like resistant to both of my guns. Is it possible to do a full attack with 2 grenades?
No. You can chuck
Imagine-
one grenade.
I pull the pins with my teeth and I just...
I love it.
That's a good
Thank you.
question, though.
The
Yeah,
end.
no, I can't.
I forgot. Did we say it was like immune to frost or resistant to frost?
Immune to
Resistant.
fire, immune to poison, resistant to cold.
Best I got is frost, but I think I have to. It's my. I looked it up just now. The range is 40, so I have to move a little closer to it.
It'll still be in the blast radius if you aim for the spot in front of it, and the DC is lower.
Yep.
So it's better to not aim for it specifically, but aim for a square next to it where there's no one, because hitting that spot is apparently easier.
It'll still be within blast radius, and you'll be fine.
I will do that. I will try to frostily subdue it.
Perfect.
That's a
Stay
13.
frosty.
13 actually still works. They will do a reflex save to see if it hits. Reflex 12. I'm going to say it still hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
That is a 2.
The frost seems to lit on the skin of the imp and doesn't seem to rile it any. There's like a smoke cloud of the cold that's just kind of hanging in the air and it whooshes away. It is now Navu's turn.
Okay, that'll be Graviton level 2.
Okay.
And our Solarian is going to move closer to it and pull out her tactical spear and go to stabby.
Okay.
+1 to that because that's a +4 on the spear for some reason. Oh, sweet God in heaven. Now I'm getting the bad rolls. That's a 9.
All
I
right.
don't think that hits.
You go to stab the imp and it just dodges out of the way as the spear pierces through the remaining cloud of frost that's in the air. And now it's Shimsy's turn. Still hanging out? You are muted.
Is there... Would it be a perception check for Shimsy to see if there are grenades still on this thing's person?
Yeah, you could do that.
Let's see. What's the ability stat that goes with that? Int whiz.
That is a great question.
Whiz.
Okay.
Great. All right. So that's a 16.
It does not look like there are any other grenades on this imp.
All right. If Shimsy doesn't see any weapons or grenades or anything, Shimsy's just going to stay put.
Okay. It is now Yee's turn.
I am going to try to shoot it again. Trick attack, shoot it, and then shoot it again.
Perfect. Ooh. So, yeah, your 29 stealth for the trick attack is very effective. And a 15 for your attack hits.
Sweet.
Right, so that is a 3 damage. And roll your d4, I believe, for your trick attack.
Okay, I'm assuming this was a d4. Oh, that was...
Okay, 4 points. And it is flat-footed. Add that.
Hey.
Nice. So, Navu is... What, is this? Is it, would it be termed as a humanoid or, I don't know what this is.
You said it was a devil, Kenny?
It is, is classified as a devil, evil, extraplanar, lawful. Tiny outsider.
Is it a humanoid?
It is not humanoid. It is presenting as a flying, impish-looking creature.
Yeah, devils aren't usually humanoid. No, it is not.
Well, I feel like things are going to get worse before we get through this, so let's try. I'll just try and hit it with an energy ray.
Okay.
Oof.
Oof.
What is with these rolls?
That is a miss. Unfortunately. All right.
Yeah, rolling a 4 is not going to do it. And Throne is just honestly confused by this thing. Like, what on the sun are we looking at? Why is this here?
As you're looking at the creature, some wounds that were on its skin seem to close a bit, and the any bleeding has stopped.
Oh no, I don't like that.
And it looks at Navu and growls as its tail raises into the air and lashes out at them. Does a 13 hit your KAC? Awesome.
Nope. 14 KAC.
So the tail whips past Navu's head, and the imp hisses as the tail retracts back. And it will try to scrabble away, climbing up the wall. So if you want to roll an attack of opportunity, you are open to.
Of course I will. Come on now. I am a melee fighter. Of course I'm going to roll an attack of opportunity. How's a 19 do you?
That hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
2.
Oh,
But it's piercing.
Yep. Damage is taken.
boo hiss.
Okay.
It's okay. Just wait till my next turn, bitch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So it is now Dr. Joe's turn.
This is so hard. So it's crawling up the wall now. So if I try to shoot at my subduer again, it won't hurt Navu.
Correct. It's about 10 feet above Navu and 5 feet back on the wall in the corner.
Okay, I'll try to hit it. I assume full round means I just use both of my move and my attack. Yeah, I'll just do 2 then.
That's correct.
Cool. I'll do that. One's a 6 and one's a 21.
The 21 hits. There are some minuses involved with the full attack, but whatever those are, the 21 hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
That's 1 point.
All right.
Cold.
The bullet definitely impacts on the imp, but it just seems to kind of just be there. It disappears rather quickly.
Okay. Yep. I don't have much other than this thing. Because I was told it was a lot of heat resistant thing, so I was like, yeah, I'll bring the cold.
As far as the GM knew at the time. You might suddenly find a more effective weapon in your backpack here in a moment. All right.
Yes, it's a good one.
It is now Navu's turn.
Do it, do it, do it.
Kimmy, you know what I'm going to say? Fort save, and then a dex save.
Fantastic. So, let's see here. Let me get back. 3.
Fort first.
Fort save. Does a 15 work?
Fuck. Yes.
Okay.
My save is a 13.
Oh. Okay, so it rolled a 14 plus
Level
1.
2 sucks.
And so what happens is you begin sucking in the energy around you, and as the area darkens and your black hole starts triggering, and so the wind changes and there is debris kind of swirling around leaves. The trees even lean inward from just outside. The imp sinks its claws into the wall as it lets out a slight shriek as it's sort of dangling off of the wall with its claws just kind of hanging in until the effect stops and the swirling and the wind dies down.
Can I still stab at it?
I'm gonna say no. Oh, yeah, no, you can. That's right. That's a free action. So yeah, you're right. Yes, absolutely. You can try to stab at it.
But it's a free action.
You are correct.
I was just double checking.
Apologies.
Like,
it took me a minute.
How many 9s are we going to get rolling against this thing?
I'm so done. I'm so done.
All right.
Your tank is useless.
Don't even count Shimsy.
Okay, so Shimsy still in the pack.
She is just staying safe.
All right, E.
All right, I'm gonna do the same. That's not fantasy ground. I'm gonna do the same thing. Trick attack.
Yep, the 21
And
doesn't quite work for the trick,
Then
but
I'm going to shoot it.
perfect. Yeah. So with that, you definitely hit.
Oh,
6
nice.
damage.
14 will hit against TAC, and 6 damage is pretty good.
Okay, and so it arcs around and envelops the creature, and it kind of convulses and screams out. Ronnie.
I am going to try and shoot it with a semi-auto. 2 12s equals here.
It's here, so you get +4s on those. So 9. Those would be 13s each. So they meet, so they both hit.
Oh, sweet. Okay. First set of damage is 3, and second set of damage is 6. So that's 9 points of damage total, which apparently is partially resisted. Awesome.
Yes.
Still laid down 9 points of damage.
Yep.
Not bad.
On its turn, you see it disappear.
Oh, fuck.
Oh Oh, I don't like that. No, I do not like that.
That's not good.
And you hear skittering, and it seems to have just gone away. If you all want to roll perception checks.
Are the doors open?
Doors are not open.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. With
12.
the 19 and the 21, you don't sense it in the area anymore, and you even noticed that some of the trees and the bushes along the side of the area were kind of bending and rustling as you noted that it kind of ran away.
Well, that's probably not a good thing to have out of, in the wild, but it's not here anymore, so I think I can get fucked.
And as you are contemplating your survivability and life choices, this is the perfect place to end for today.
Oh my goodness.
That dude's gonna come back out. We have to act natural.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up my suit for sure. Put that back in the bag.
But the apple can
What
hang
if we
out.
get there and we're like, that guy just died, evaporated.
It just came out of nowhere.
Huh.
The ace up the sleeve is no longer there. I'm just like, Nabu, come back. Get back here. And I'm just like, I'm just like casually holding my arm over where the damage that grenade did to me. Like,
Oh yeah, there's still the ice grenade inside too.
I'm just like, this is just how I stand, This is
Now was just casually like sweeping it with their foot as they're walking back over.
Oh yeah. Therani is like, token spell cleaning, token spell cleaning.
Yes, token spell.
Clean. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I go pick up my
Totally
apple. While
didn't
you're
have a
back.
little fight with.
Mage had the apple and just fling it at you. Token spell. I'm magic all
Awesome.
the time here.
So thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm super excited to resolve this portion of the story and see what happens with this party. This has been so much fun. I really, really appreciate all and all the fun details you bring into this world. So let us do our sign off, and we'll start with Kelrick.
Hello, I am Kelrick, and you can find me here every other Saturday. And on alternating Sundays, I am running a Numenera campaign with Kenny and a couple other people who are really awesome. And that actually runs at pretty much the same time as this. And we're talking about transitioning it over to a live stream like we have here. On Monday nights, you can find me on the Beholder's Eye channel doing Pig Smoke game, which is powered by the Apocalypse, and I get to play a super snarky teacher who actually sounds a lot like Dr. Pepper. So that was a nice callback. It's been real hard not to take on that way of speaking this whole game. Super cool. And that's about it for now, but I think that's enough. It's really fun.
Awesome.
At Cormelon and at EQ Points when I get my new phone fixed.
Thanks, Kelrick. And Steph.
Yeah, I'm Steph. You can find me on Twitter at Steph_Bard. On November 2nd, you will actually catch me at GameholeCon. And if folks find me and say hi, I may actually have some Starfinder patches that I commissioned to hand out to folks. So, keep watch for me on the dealer's floor. And I've also got some other fun things coming down the pike that I can't quite announce yet, but keep watch on my Twitter for when I'm able to talk about it. It's some fun things coming down the pike.
Awesome. That's exciting. I can't wait to find out what you have going on. And Mackenzie.
Hey, yeah, I'm Mackenzie. You can catch me or find me at Mackenzie Wilkes on Twitter and Instagram. Mostly I'm on Twitter. I'm not as much of an Instagrammer right now. But obviously I'm here every other Saturday, as well as every other Wednesday. Podcast I'm in called Dungeons, Dice, and Everything Nice releases. A lot of content. We've been recording a lot of very fun one-shots recently, one of which I DM'd. So our Halloween one-shot's coming out. So that's very exciting and silly. And then we're figuring out what our editing capabilities are, but on most Wednesdays I also do there's also a stream I do called Rise of the Demigods, twitch.tv/godsfall or @demigodsfall on Twitter. Those are kind of my shows. Other than that, I do if you check my Twitter out, I do a decent amount of live shows coming up in Chicago and the greater Chicagoland area with Dungeons, Dice, and Everything Nice. So if you want to come say hi in real life, I am doing a bunch of random shows all over Chicago, so come say hi.
Awesome. And now I wish I were living in Chicago. And PB.
Hi, I'm PB from @PBPlaysInside, where you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I do variety streaming over on my channel. And also the occasional fun practice on fantasy map making. Am I doing anything else? Really. You could just, come hang out on Twitter, see what there is to see. I, occasionally ask a fun question that I like to just get answers to, like what color is chartreuse? Because I definitely thought it 100% remember it being a different color, but apparently in this world it's a different color. So like we out here. It's green, by the way, apparently. Not maroon, which is weird.
Awesome. Thanks, PB. And again, my name is Kenny. You can find me on Twitter @PunderDrone. For everything Experience Points, please follow us at EQ Points. That is where we do all of our announcements and all of our fun things and stuff. Again, I sincerely appreciate you joining us today, and we look forward to streaming with this wonderful cast in the future. Take care for now, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Experience Points Starfinder. If you're looking for more TTRPG podcasts in your life, we recommend checking out our sister podcast, Roll to Fail. There are 6 friends who have no business behind the mic or rolling dice. If you like what we've created, then you should check out the other 2 podcasts on our network. Cumanera, an adventure utilizing Numenera, releases every other Friday. This unlikely team is working for the Order of Truth to help communities under the influence of the strange and weird effects of Numenera. Pun Times is a collection of short-run TTRPGs. Our first season is a horror system called Slasher that utilizes Fate Core and is now available as a monthly podcast. Keep watching our Twitter for when we finally reunite to stream our finale. You can easily find all of our Experience Points podcasts on our website, ExQueeriencePoints.com. Until next time, adventure hookers.